I'm back, baby. I'm cooked. All right, welcome to another episode of Cooey's vlog. This is a little bit different, and realistically this should be my vlog from the Hawaii race season, but as you may or may not know, I've had a few issues with getting over there. They always say that just getting to the start line of those races in Hawaii is the hardest thing, and for me this year that proved correct. I had visa issues, and yeah, the country didn't want to let me in because they ultimately thought that I'm working over there. But that's all right, it's a big lesson learned. So yeah, I'm using that missed opportunity to kind of open up another door, and there is a race up in Cairns, which is the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. It's called GBROC. It stands for Great Barrier Reef, I think OC. So it's actually like a canoe race. However, they're letting foilers in. I think they did it last year. I don't know if they did it the year before, but there's about 12 guys. I don't know if there's any females entering it, but yeah, I'm using the fire in my belly because I've been training this whole year for Hawaii, and to kind of get, you know, not able to do the race. I still want to get kind of my little race kind of itch scratched. So I've got a flight leaving in roughly an hour, so I'm just packing my stuff now. This race is a 45-kilometer race, and I'm not sure if it's inside the reef or outside the reef, but everyone that I've been talking to is like kind of opting for bigger foils. So I'm bringing up the 960R and the 860R. Bigger foils that you would think to race on, but yeah, first time up there foiling. So I'm just gonna see how I compare to these kind of local legends. There's a few guys traveling from, you know, I think the Gold Coast, there's a few guys from Sydney, so hopefully I can do well compared to these other hammers. Just made it to Sydney Airport. Just checked in my 8'6" board bag. Got an 8-foot board, and I think there should be no issues. 9 foot is allowed. Let's see.
You're allowed 23 kilos in your bag.
Only 23? What is it?
23, 26.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, look.
Oh, I thought it was light. Maybe I can put something.
Because once I put the weight in, I've got to put the correct weight in.
Yeah.
It'll charge you a 30.
Yeah, right.
$50. You can take something and just pop in your
Yeah. All right, there's never a dull moment at the airport for me. Bag was 26 kilos. I didn't even weigh it because I brought one board, 2 foils, a mast, 2 fuses, 2 paddles. I just thought, you know, that would easily be 23 kilos. But the lady was pretty set that I was over. So I had to take out a few things, shuffle a few things around. I was still 24.5, but luckily enough, she let me through. So just another little airport dramas. We have made it to Cairns. We're at Yorkeys Knob, which is the start of the race. Yorkeys Knob, yeah. Start of the race, start of the GBROC race up at the Great Barrier Reef. These are the conditions that it's going to be like for tomorrow. Race starts at 9:30 in the morning, and this is what we're looking at. So, not amazing downwind conditions, but there's fetch. There's bumps heading in the direction we want to go. There's a couple islands that we got to get around here at the start of the race, and then out past those islands, supposedly there's bumps running towards the finish line.
Well, what we were thinking was, because the bumps are usually better out wider, so off the start, if you can pump out wide and get out to the wind line and the bumps, you should be able to start riding it down, and then you got a good setup to get around the island out there. And you're out wide, and then it gives you a good line to get down to Port Douglas.
We're starting about 500 metres off the beach.
About 500 off the beach, so you can see the Shark Boys down here is about the start line. And then once you start from there, be heading straight out towards this customs boat out the front here. And that sets your line, and just head down the coast and around the islands. And then you got your path set.
We got a really nice afternoon up here up in Cairns. We've got the wind blowing about 15 knots, and this local run from Yorkeys Knob to Palm Cove it's beautiful. Have a look.
Space funk, take one.
That's the beginning of the run. The bumps are still forming up a bit, but it's pretty nice already. Pretty relaxed. Just working on these big coils. Trying not to pump. Being super patient. And just kind of drift in and out. Going mega slow right now, but sticking with it. Couple little pumps. Pulled across by the tides.
right, this is day 2 of the Yorkeys Knob Cairns little adventure. I'm doing a downwind clinic here with 3 of the local boys. We got Maddie, Quinny and Craig, and we're just running through some flat water technique, and then this afternoon we're going to jump out in the bumps and do a little downwind. So it's cool to join up with the local community here and do some downwind together.
This Carbon Co thing, mate, I'm sure it used to belong to the wedding singer, eh?
Who's that?
Yeah, Westy, you know, the fella from the sunny coast. He just did the M to O, mate, he's kicking ass.
What made it click today when you were doing the flat water?
It's definitely my stance. My front foot was creeping too far forward, so I needed to like creep my foot back a little bit, and definitely bouncing my legs. My legs were locked, and that was throwing off my balance. And then I found, bending my legs was like getting that rhythm and bouncing the board a bit to get me up on foil. So
Amazing.
helped heaps.
So good. Running a little downwind clinic with the crew here, and this afternoon we're getting out in the bumps, and the boys are doing really well. Yeah, Quinny. What happened? Then you can make your decision. No, you're alright. Try going right, you're going too left. That's it. Yep, heel down that one. Run this one for a bit. Probably get down that one again. Yep, heel into that right there. Did you learn anything today? Was it all right little course?
I learned heaps. Yeah, not only learning, mate, but I got a bit of confidence on some of the things that I thought I needed to learn. I sort of figured out that I was on the right track, you know, like, and that gives you confidence that, yeah, it's good.
The video breakdown help?
Yeah, mate, video breakdown helped heaps, yeah. It was awesome.
Morning of the GBROC, the 45-kilometre race up in Cairns, and it's about, we're at 8:30 a.m. right now, and out in the ocean here it's glassy. Like, there's residual bumps, but you know, any downwind race that starts at 8:30 in the morning is not going to be too much wind. But I can see little swells, little bumps. There's something to ride. Tim, how are you? There's something out there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got like 15 entrants in the race. We've got people from New South Wales, Queensland, and Victoria who have come, and we're starting today at Yorkeys Knob, and then we're ending at Port Douglas. You got to go around a couple islands, but yeah, we're down here now, and I can feel wind. I think everyone's just wigging out a little bit too much. There's stuff to ride. Everyone's wigging out on foil chosts and tail sizes, but yeah, we're looking good out here. It's originally like a canoe, like ocean paddler race, and they're nice enough to tag us along, the foil division. But yeah, I'm going to ride the 960 with the 120 tail, small fuse, 75 mast, and I got my 8-foot Amos bullet. So let's see how we go.
When you are dancing and a song makes you move, yeah. When you're romancing and a song makes you groove, music has been here through ages of mankind.
This is fucked. I'm only 3.5 Ks into the race, and I'm completely torched. I've been pumping maybe. First K I pumped straight up, then came down, had 10-minute break, pumped for another like 100 meters, had a break for another 10 minutes, and yeah, I'm just completely gassed. Like, look around, really isn't much. This is real testing. All right, we are past the island. I think we're I'm about 15 Ks into the run, and it's so light. Like, I gotta be honest, this isn't that enjoyable. It's definitely like just hunting for the most minimal energy. I've come down so much, most I've ever come down in a long time, and had to paddle back up, and each paddle up just ruins you. But this is what we're dealing with. Averaging about 3-minute kilometers on the 960. Hard thing is that I'm trying to catch these wind swells going down the coast, but we have a more predominant ground swell coming straight back at me, so you got to disregard those things coming at you and just try ride these tiny wind bumps over it. Check back in later. Oh, it's heartbreaking. Both quads are completely cramping. Calf starting to cramp. I can foil, but every time I lock my legs straight, I cramp. Every time I pump, I cramp. I've drunk like, you know, my electrolyte water. I've had like a gel, had a little snack bar, just trying to get any like energy in me or salt to try and help with the cramps. But I'm cooked. It's unfortunate because like now it's not too bad. There's actually some stuff to ride. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Just sitting here, hopefully it will go away. But I'm not even close. I think I'm still like at least 15 kilometers away. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Alright, I'm back, baby. Legs completely cramped. Calf was like a serious cramp, like one of those soccer cramps where like you can see the muscle like just fully tensing up, and came off my board and was like jiu-jitsu gripping my like board to try and like keep the muscle tight, but I was just like half drowning trying to hold it all together, and I didn't know what to do. I actually called my missus, I called James Casey and was like, I actually don't know what to do right now, because I feel like every time I stood up on the board I would cramp. Sat there for like half an hour. Eventually got to a stage where I was like kind of stretching my cramp, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to try and get up and have a go. And now I'm foiling, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm making ground. Just went past a couple of the local boys. We're all just like saying, giving each other credit, because this is so tough. And now like I've kind of come into shore because I thought that I wasn't going to make it. So in here the bumps are even smaller, but we're getting there. Hey guys! Woo! Woo! Fucking made it.
Music has the power. Music has the power. Music has the power. Music has the power. When there is sadness and a something brings you joy, when there are loved ones, it'll help you to enjoy. Music has survived Earth's catastrophes. Music will be here until eternity. Every breath you breathe, music has power. Music has the power. Music has the power. Music has the power.
Gotta give him a hug. You gotta give him the biggest hug, Elsie.
She wants to go in the water.
Woo! Yeah! Well done. Yes. You're a machine. Absolute machine.
Oh, give him a big hug.
Made it. That was possibly the hardest downwind that I've ever done. Wind was so light, you know, I kind of thought I was Edo maybe for a second and rode a smaller foil than what I should have. I rode the 960 in like no wind. Should have been on the 1075. But yeah, I just completely gassed myself pumping out to the island. And then when I got there, it was like actually good for this foil when you got out past the island. But I'd gassed myself so much, I started getting cramps in my quads, both quads, and then in my back calf. And it got to the point where I had to come down because I couldn't foil anymore with the cramps. Then waited, took like some gels, some hydrolyte stuff, had like a cliff bar as well, and yeah, just honestly thought I had to pull the pin. I was looking for a safety boat because every time I went to try and stand on my board again, I would cramp. So I was lucky in that stage where I waited like nearly a half an hour, and then I got back up on my feet. They didn't cramp, so I paddled up and I just went, and then I was just like, I'm not coming down, and made it to the end. So it was nice because I really thought I had to pull the pin there for a second. So we're here now. Woo-hoo. We can celebrate.
Yeah.
Today was the 2024 GBROC, a 45k downwinder from Yorkeys Knob to Port Douglas. We were challenged in every way possible, from weather to heat to like swell from weird directions, but it was the most awesome race, and I think it absolutely tested every human being that entered today, and everyone came out better because of it. Simon won on a truly amazing performance, and I was just so stoked to make it and ride with an awesome bunch of people. Definitely coming back again. That was fantastic.
So, in first place, Craig Campbell.
That's all right. Well done, guys.
The original trio.
It was a pretty brutal day. Another GBROC, another second year. More wind than last year, but when
How much? 2 knots?
last year I think we had probably 3 to 7 knots, and this year we probably had 5 to maybe 12 at some stage. But we went smaller foils this year, which
Was that because yesterday I did the paddle up with the 8?
yeah, you did get in our head. We were thinking about the 860 before the start. I actually thought there was swell out there, right? And it was east-northeast, but still thought we might have been able to use it. And the locals had just been talking up the wind. And so, look, made the call on the 960. I was undergunned, but really happy with third. I had to come down twice.
Where did you come down?
About 12 k's in, I came down.
So that was past the island?
Yeah, past the island.
Really?
So
I thought you would have been straight shot from there.
no, so I was sitting redlining at 12k, and I just thought I was clear I wasn't going to get first or second, and I thought I just got to get through this.
Sight, nearly?
Yeah, look, Simon rode really well on the 1075. I think he paired it well, and he's a great foiler. Craig just got back from Hawaii again, riding really well. And there was a good gap, and I thought, I'm not going to close that gap. I just need to get to the finish. So twice I came down, dropped my heart rate. So I think it was about 12k and about 25k. Only for a minute, but that was enough to get back down and mean I could finish the race. And yeah, look, it was a tough day, but really happy to finish it. Really happy with third. The first 2 guys really earned it. They deserved it. So what was good is we just had so many guys up here this year, and I think that with the interest and the momentum, I'm hoping next year we'll get more again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think so. And look, again, we didn't get the win, but we had some awesome runs during the week, like really good bumps. And we could have easily have had that today. We just didn't get it.
Yeah. If we were on the 1075s, we would have been in the winning, I reckon.
Yeah.
It was just we had the wrong foil.
Yeah, that's right. And you learn that. And I mean, Craig did really well in Molokai, but he was overfoiled in both races. So I think today he was thinking, I'm not making that mistake. I was listening to him, listening to your video, and I thought, I'll go 960. But, you know, you learn. So it was good.
That was good.
Thanks.
Perfect.
Second place, Dylan Betts. First place with Ryan Ellis today. First
Had a really fun run, like tried my best to enjoy it, take in the scenery. I was on the 1075R with a 120R tail and 75 centimetre mast.
Did it feel right?
Yeah, it was perfect, man.
And did you have anyone in your sights, or were you just like in front the whole time?
Yeah, me and Craig were like really close together for most of it, and then from about halfway onwards, we sort of started to separate. And
how come? Because he was on a small foil, right?
Yeah.
How did you get in front of him?
I don't know. I think it was my playlist, man. That's when I started.
What were you listening to?
Carole King. Like I was.
King?
Yeah, I was just cruising down there, like. Yeah. And that's when I was taking in the scenery, like looking
And were you cutting right, or were you going straight, or taking some lefts?
I was going straight a lot, and then cutting a bit. Like if something formed up, I'd take it, and then use that energy to go straight again. Yeah.
Amazing, dude. Well
Thanks,
done.
mate. Yeah, thank you.
Honestly, inspirational seeing what you did today.
Thanks, Kiwi, man.
Nah, it was good. It was really good.
Cheers.
Well done.
your thighs?
Yeah. How do you feel?
Not too bad, yeah. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Knees a little bit sore, but yeah, overall not too bad.
Yeah, there's some reasons. If you could change anything, would you have done anything different?
Probably, I would have taken a bit more water. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You ran out at what, the 30k mark or 40k mark?
I think like maybe 15k in.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was out. Yeah.
Why? Sipping too hard.
I only took a litre, but yeah, that was my mistake.
That was my mistake. I think with the Vykobi jacket, I got the 1 litre pouch.
Yeah.
But then just before I was supposed to go to Hawaii, I got the, I think, 1.5 litre pouch or 2 litre pouch from Anaconda. And at least then you can only fill it up as much as you want. Like, you don't have to put 2 litres in, but like, I think today I put in 1.5 and it got me perfectly to the end.
Yeah, perfect, man.
The only problem was I froze it last night, which was good, but then like halfway through the run I sucked it all out and it was just ice, and I wanted more, but it was like still ice, and I was like, oh fuck,
bugger.
yeah. Good line out. Well done.
Well, thanks, Gooey. Yeah, cheers, man.
Yep, so I'm Luke, local here, run the kite school and foil school here and shop. We sell code and axis, and yeah, man, started that about 10 years ago. And
how big's the foiling community here?
It's growing every year. I feel like we're maybe a year behind here, but this year especially we've seen really good growth in the sport, which is cool to see. Whether it's winging or downwinding, you know, it's just cool to see people out there and getting into it.
And how many times have you done that GBROC run?
Twice. Not the G. I've done the Port Douglas run twice.
Okay.
First time doing the GBROC. Yeah.
And, out of 10, what was that today?
Oh man, that was a 2. I don't know. It was hard. Well, at times it was a 5. You know what I mean? But paddling out was probably the most brutal cutout I've ever done around that island. 100%. There was no wind. There was nothing. We had this residual nor'east swell, which definitely wasn't working in our favour. So that didn't make it easy, but you know, we pushed through and made it happen. I think so. Yeah, I went the 12:01. I was weighing up whether to go the 14:01, and would have certainly made the cutout a lot easier. But we did run into a bit of wind out there, and I think the 1201 kind of, I don't know, it didn't pay off, but it was nicer to ride, that's for sure.
So my name's Bondi. Been started in January. First on the port. It sucked. So old Downwind Karen came out today, and 6 Ks from the finish line, the old paddle snapped. So we had a fun old time getting in, but we got in there in the end. It was good. So.
Too stubborn to pull up the stumps and get on the boat.
Oh, proper.
Yeah, when your wife was looking from the shore and everyone was like, he's not going to get on a boat.
No, no fucking way. It was actually funny. I was out there and the Coast Guard came out to me halfway through, and I got up just in time before they got me. Shut up down the hill. See you, boys. So yeah, no, good day. Hurt locker. Everyone was in there, eh?
And did you ride the right gear today, or?
Yeah, I was on a secret gear. Went to the dark side for the day, but
Secret gear.
we won't tell people that one.
And it worked.
It worked enough.
Okay.
Yep, it was good.
Did you need more or less? Or?
Could have done with more. Could have done with more.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I definitely could have done with more.
Yeah,
for sure.
it was a tough day, man.
That was a hard lesson to learn. As soon as we pretty much paddled up and went for that, I went for 1 kilometre pumping, and I was like, you idiot, should be on a bigger foil.
I was enjoying it though, because you're in front of me and I was chasing you down. So, nearly got him, nearly got him. And then he was gone.
That was a good day.
It was good, man.
Honestly, I reckon that race is so good.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's testing.
Yeah.
And I think, with the foils only getting better, everyone's still getting better. This is the race to be at next year, for sure.
I reckon we need to run our own.
Run our own.
Run our own.
At, No, that's a wrap of Cairns. I just kind of wanted to appreciate the guys who made this trip and the girls who made this trip so amazing. The locals there are so cool. They've got such an amazing, diverse area to kind of play in. We're just inside the Great Barrier Reef. While we were there, we were checking out crocodile farms, palm trees, secluded beaches, and then not to mention all the amazing downwind runs. So I had the best time, and I'm going to be back for sure, and I can't wait for next year.